Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Apeks Thermic Carbon Core long sleeve vest. So this is a thermal rash vest basically. You can use this to keep you dry when you're wet, just using it as a rash vest. You can wear it underneath your wetsuit to boost the warmth. It's kind of the equivalent of about 2 mil of neoprene, so you can kind of boost the core body temperature, that insulation over your core just by a little bit. Or in a pinch, you can actually wear this as a bit of a thermal base layer underneath your dry suit, something pretty thin for warmer waters where you just need a bit of insulation but not too much. It's a good sort of all-rounder, so it's very, very useful. And because it's long sleeve, if you're wearing this as a thermal rash vest just to keep your body just that little bit warmer, swimming on the surface or doing like stand-up paddleboard where you're going to get wet but you still want to stay nice and warm, it's going to protect you from the wind, but it's also going to protect you from the sun, from beating down on you, so you don't have to wear suntan lotion and all that. It's definitely going to be in your gear locker. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is how it arrives in not a plastic bag, compostable biodegradable bag based on plant starch, 80% corn, 20% PE, polyurethane I presume. It's biodegradable, which is nice. So it's a plastic bag, but it's not. It's biodegradable. A bit of sticky tape. And then inside of the bag, we get the shirt itself. So a nice cardboard sort of label with just some information and sort of features. Graphene, it's got that graphene lining. It's flexible, triple layer, heat transfer, wet or dry, and just information about sort of Apeks. A little bit of sort of paper just to protect the logos, and then the shirt itself. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so the material itself is relatively thin. I mean, it's not rash vest thick, but it's probably about 2, maybe 3 mil thick. As far as flex, it does have some stretch in it. Not a great amount, but it does flex. Triple layer, so you have this external layer, which is there to sort of protect you from the wind and also evaporate any sort of sweat that it's wicking away from you. In the middle is a semi-permeable membrane that sort of allows moisture to go in one direction but not the other direction, again protecting you from the wind when you're wet from cutting through. On the inside, if you can see it, we have a soft kind of plush layer, and that's going to be sort of soft against your skin, wicking that moisture away from you if you're using it as a dry layer. If you're using it as a wet layer, it's kind of like toweling in that it sort of holds onto the water, stops it from moving around. So a bit like a wetsuit, it's kind of creating that thin layer of warmish water around you and using that to keep you insulated. Up at the top, up around your neck, you have what feels like actual rash vest material, so very stretchy, sort of lycra or spandex, so soft rolled, so there's sort of nothing that's kind of sharp or annoying against your neck, soft and comfortable. All of the stitching is flat lock stitching, so very wide seam all the way around this shirt. So again, even if you're doing repetitive motions, if you're swimming, stand-up paddleboarding, whatever it is, it's not going to be rubbing in any sort of uncomfortable areas. Moving down from that, there's no stitching underneath the arms. You have this big open panel underneath your arms, so again, it's not going to rub anywhere uncomfortable. At the bottom of the wrists, so it's rolled over at the edge, but also on the inside you have this thumb loop. This is elastic, so again, it's always keeping you nice and covered all the way up to the wrist. If you're wearing this like underneath a dry suit or under your wetsuit, then that's going to hold it, keep that sleeve from riding up, holds it in the right position. If you're wearing this for surface water sports, it keeps you covered up, so it's protecting you from the sun. The body of the shirt itself is a little bit longer. A normal t-shirt would end kind of around here. You've got an extra sort of 6 inches or something, so that keeps you nice and covered up, so you don't have any exposed sections. There's no attachment loop point. Sometimes on rash vests you actually have a little loop at the bottom so you can attach it to your board shorts. This doesn't have that, so it's just relying on sort of overlapping and just keeping it tucked in. As far as branding, we've got some on the left-hand side, Apeks Thermic Carbon, and then you have the Apeks, very subtle one just over your shoulder. On the back, the men's version has this bright orange sort of Apeks logo down in the small of your neck between your shoulder blades, but otherwise that's it. Not too much branding, nowhere near sort of over branded. It's not too much, it's quite subtle. And that's the Apeks Thermic Carbon Core Thermal Rash Vest. A good all-rounder. This is definitely something that you should consider in your sort of exposure protection repertoire, because you can use it from everything from just wearing it as it is with board shorts, just to add a bit of warmth to your core. You can wear it underneath your wetsuit. You can wear it underneath your dry suit. It's that good all-rounder, and it's something that you will just find yourself kind of gravitating to and sort of wearing more and more in different areas. There's going to be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link to this product in particular down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.